Hey, what's up, guys? This is T Word with the Mic Check Podcast. Thank you for tapping in. Today, we're going to kick off our series of NFL pre draft news, and we're going to start with the AFC North and discuss team needs for the teams in the AFC North. Now, that's going to include your Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals, Cleveland Browns, and your Pittsburgh Steelers. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate your feedback. So, here's how it's going to go. Each of these videos, we're going to talk about all the teams within the division. We're going to do 8 separate videos so we can spend a little time on each team, not a whole lot of time, and just talk about the team needs. Now, in the subsequent video, once we discover what each team needs, then we're going to talk about what they might do in the draft. I'm going to try to do a mock draft. There's only 31 first-round picks. We'll probably do another 8 videos where we break it up about 4 picks at a time. So we'll do 8 videos. One of them is only going to have 3 teams. There's about 5 different teams that actually don't draft in the first round this year, and that's okay. But we're going to talk about potential first round picks, and I'm going to use some different resources like CBS Sports, Draft News Network, and other sports elements that cover the NFL to put together a fairly comprehensive list of potential picks at different positions. I'll probably give, let's say the first pick, I may pick 3 potential picks, or if it's an obvious pick, then we'll just stick with one. All right. So I don't want to delay this video and make it any longer than necessary, but I did want to make this first video an explanation of the series. Now, today we're talking about the AFC North, and the first team up is going to be the Baltimore Ravens. So their team needs include wide receiver, cornerback, and edge rusher. And now you could probably add quarterback to the top of that list because we don't know exactly what's going to happen with Lamar Jackson. He has requested a trade. He's made that information public this week. So we got to figure out what Baltimore is going to do. If they get a different quarterback, receiver is going to go way up the list. Cornerback is going to be up there. And then pretty much every team needs an edge rusher. Now, this list isn't just my own. I went to CBS Sports and I went to Draft News Network, and I kind of did a compilation of their list based on what I know teams need. And edge rusher and interior defensive lineman is on a lot of teams' need lists. You'll discover that over the course of this series. Next up, Cincinnati Bengals. So the Bengals are going to need a tight end, cornerback, and a safety. So they did lose Von Bell to the Carolina Panthers. So that means you're going to need an in-the-box safety who can cover a little bit, who's pretty fast and can hit, and that's Von Bell. Cornerback, you can never have enough when you're in a division where you got a team like the Steelers and the Browns that are probably going to throw the ball a lot, whereas the Baltimore Ravens are probably going to be a run team. However, if they get a different quarterback and receiver, they may become a passing threat as well. Then you've got the Cleveland Browns. They're looking at interior defensive lineman and edge rusher. Again, this is something that you can never have enough edge rushers because getting after the passer is one of the most important things you can do in a league like this. And if you can pressure the passer, you typically have better cornerback and defensive back play. So you want to focus on getting somebody that can get after the ball and make something happen. Then finally, you've got the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're going to need an offensive tackle and a cornerback. Cornerback is one of those positions. It's the second hardest position to play, in my opinion. I'm a former cornerback. So when you think about quarterback being the toughest position because you have to learn so much and you have so many different elements, then you get into playing cornerback, there's a lot. The offense already has a natural advantage because the receiver knows where he's going and you don't. You could get a general idea of the route tree and his alignment and where he might go, but that makes this position really important. So you'll probably see a lot of teams on this list need cornerbacks because the shelf life on a cornerback isn't that long. If you see a guy play past like 7 years at an elite level, he is like close to an all-time great. He's definitely going to be one of the best of his era, and that's just not common. So you're going to see that particular position along with edge rusher, one of those generational type things, one of those positions where the shelf life just ain't that long, except for edge rushers. Sometimes they can be schemed into better position, whereas a cornerback, once certain skills decline, it's a wrap. So those are my, I guess you could say, predictions on what each team is going to target. This is their primary list. Once I get to like really dig into the minutia of it, I'm going to look at which position is going to be paramount for their first round pick, and then we're going to go from there. So again, quick recap: Baltimore is going to be looking at receiver, cornerback, and edge. Cincinnati's going to be looking at tight end, cornerback, and safety. Cleveland's going to be looking for interior defensive lineman and an edge rusher, and Pittsburgh's going to be looking for an offensive tackle and a cornerback. Now, Pittsburgh did sign Patrick Peterson, but this is one of those situations where for like 5 years, Pat Pete was really good, and then he kind of started to decline really quickly, play for the Vikings for a couple seasons, and, kind of got toasted. And now he's on his way to Pittsburgh, probably to finish off his career. But that being said, we'd love to get your thoughts. Again, this is the beginning of a series of NFL draft needs per team. That was the AFC North for today. Other videos will be coming in these series. We'll be looking at the NFC North next. So this has been T-Word for the Mic Check Podcast. Until the next time I'm out. Peace.